a great team win. Talk about winning on the road. Got to play great defense, be able to run the ball, be able to stop, your opponents, create turnovers. We did just that today. It's a good job, coming together and playing 60 minutes as a team. It's never tough to win in this league, so we appreciate and we're gonna celebrate these wins as they come. Happy for Coach Rule. A lot of first time victories for a lot of players and coaches on this staff. So of course, want to celebrate, enjoy this moment, and then shift our focus to Arizona.
All right, let's go to Miles for the first question, and then Joe Person.
Thanks, Preston. Teddy, how big were those turnovers that you guys got in just sort of establishing a bit of a rhythm for you offensively?
Yeah, it was huge, especially coming on the road, trying to create your own energy. Our defense did just that. And, of course, we want to turn those turnovers into 7 points instead of field goals. But, the defense, they created those turnovers. They created energy, and we just fed off those guys.
Hey, Teddy, I know you want to end the game with the offense with the ball. The third down play, did you see where Bosa was lined up? And then right after that with the punt, could you talk about the play of J.J. Jansen?
Yeah, we knew where Bosa was. Coming to the game, we wanted to know where he was. And he made a good play. He had a good get off. If I could have just stepped up in the pocket or tried to escape forward, we would have probably avoided the sack or, wouldn't have took such a big loss. But you talk about JJ changing the field position, being able to down the ball at the 1 yard line. That should be a highlight of his career. He's a guy who really, no one ever talks about around here, but he's a guy. He's mentoring a lot of the young guys. He's a huge voice for this team, and for him to step up and make a play like that in that moment, that was huge for this team.
Let's go to Elena and then David Newton.
Hey, Teddy, I was wondering, what do you attribute the issues in the red zone today to?
We just have to spend more time in practice down there. And that's what it is. We have to have that mindset that everything happens faster, whether it's running routes, me making decisions, being able to run the ball down there also. So we just got to put more of an emphasis on it.
Hey, Teddy, congratulations on the win. You mentioned JJ. Well, I mean, you lost 2 straight here, but he'd lost 10 straight, and a few other guys had 2. Can you describe, if you saw it, what the emotion was for him in the locker room and some of those guys that have been through it for the past year plus, and also for Matt? We didn't get his full reaction here on the interview of what he was like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, Coach Rule was trying to stay cool, but all the guys are excited, man. And you talk about JJ, and he's a guy who's been here for a while, and he was a part of what happened last year. But for us to just get a win as a team, for JJ, Shaq, Trey Boston, myself, Mike Davis, just all of us, man, it's huge. And it took all the guys in that locker room to come away with this victory, and we're going to celebrate it.
Go to Jonathan Alexander and then Josh Graham.
Teddy, hope you're doing well. I'm wondering, how does this win help in the grand scheme of things when you think about what you all are trying to create?
It helps a lot. All week we talked about playing for one another, and we did just that today. I talked to the guys earlier this week. We had a team meeting, and one of the biggest things was, do we really know each other? When you think about it, we didn't have OTAs or anything like that. It was like, man, you get a text message or a phone call, hey, report to Charlotte on this date, and you got to go. It's full throttle. So, this week we really spent some time getting to know each other, man, one another. And, it transitioned to the football field. Instead of guys being in the huddle with guys who they barely know, you take time to get to know each other. And now you understand a person's why. When you go out there, now all the guys on the field understand each other's purpose and their why. And it just makes playing together that much more, of a good feeling.
Thanks for doing this, Teddy. Congrats. 2 quick things. When the hook and ladder's happening at the end and it looks like they have a pretty good look at it, when it's out of your control, when you're on the sideline, what's going through your mind? And also you mentioned it's a first for many guys and it's an excited locker room. Were game balls handed out, and if so, to who?
Yeah, when they threw the end cut to Keenan, I was like, man, I thought we had it tackled. Then you see the running back, coming underneath, and when he pitched it back, I was like, whoa. And then luckily, he just dropped it or whatever. But it was a big play, for our defense to step up in that moment in a 2-minute situation. Then you get to the locker room, you celebrate. Of course, you give a game ball to Coach Rule. It's his first NFL win. So pretty sure when we get to work tomorrow, we'll give out some game balls to hopefully Coach Snow, Joe Brady, those guys, their first wins as coordinators also. So, at the end of the day, we're going to, live in this moment, get to work tomorrow, watch the tape, put it to bed, and try to shift our focus to the next game.
We only have time for one more, so let's go to Brett Jensen for the final question.
Hey, Teddy, I know this doesn't really pertain to you per se, but, all those losses, 10 straight dating back to last year, could you feel the tension in the locker room? Were a lot of people talking about that the last couple of weeks, just you guys were getting close, but you just couldn't get over the hump. Could you feel the angst, I guess, as it were, in the locker room with those guys?
Yeah, definitely. And, the past 2 weeks, we've all been saying, man, we're this close. And, Coach Snow said something, man, that really hit home. It's like, man, we just got to get rid of that we're this close BS, and just go out there and do it. It's easy to talk about, oh, man, we're this close. And all that does is make you, feel content, feel complacent, like, man, we're right there. But, to put it all together, it was a special moment. So, no, we don't really talk about last year around here. But, for me, my mindset was, man, I didn't want to get back on this plane and have to fly back 4 or 5 hours and have to worry about a loss. So I'm pretty sure that was a lot of the guys' mindset. You think about the Michael Jordan documentary when they went to Utah, he was like, man, I'm not getting back, on this plane without a dub, man. That was our mindset.